Hey, there's a phone left up here. Yeah, is it okay? Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. After taking a good look at the film, there's a lot of stuff for us to get better at. We're fortunate to get the win. You're always fortunate to get the wins in this league. They're so hard to come by. Thrilled that we got off to that start with so much to gain and improve in all areas. Really happy with the overall effort, our speed that we played with. It really showed up on special teams. We really were flying, and that's something that we try to come out of camp with. With effort being foremost for us, and gives us a chance to be at our best when we're playing hard all the time. So that was a good start there. And it was a really good job of finishing. We got the game done, and it was again, we came from behind a number of times and had to come up with the plays and the calls and what was necessary, and we were able to get that done. And we almost finished the way we like. We like finishing that last drive. We gave them the ball with 20 seconds left in the game, and we like to just wrap that thing up right there. But a lot to learn, a lot to grow from. We have a big challenge coming up, so we just turn our focus right away, to what's ahead. But anxious to hear what your questions are.
What do you think of your draft class, their debuts, the guys who played?
Well, they got penalized quite a few times. I think we had 5 penalties by rookies in the game, which is, I don't want to say it's classic, but it's kind of classic, I was really fired up that we got the ball to DK, and you could see why all of the interest and the focus has been there. He can really help us, and we're just getting him started, of course. But it was nice for him to come through, make some tough catches, and guys hanging all over him and all that. You saw Russ go to him in some situations and all. I thought we really got good play on special teams from the young guys, in particular. They did all kinds of good stuff, effort-wise and hustling and hitting and all that. It's a really good class. It's going to be a really good group for us, and we'll be looking to see how LJ can add into it in the upcoming weeks, maybe this week, maybe next week, whatever, and that'll just be even better.
Specifically, what about Ugo playing the 20 or so snaps he did? Ugo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. He did. He did fine. He did get banged up a little bit, but he came through and did what he had to do. And again, he contributed also on teams. He was a gunner and did some really good stuff there.
What did you think of the way Tedrick played, aside from the misplay on the touchdown?
I thought he overtried. He was trying so hard. He was flying around. He overran a few things, and he just mistimed his jump on the big play. He'll play better. It wasn't because he wasn't working hard or trying hard or knowing his assignments. He really was just going for it, and we kind of have a tendency. We could talk guys into that a little bit, but he'll do better.
How much of how he played Sunday was different than what you usually see in practice?
Well, here's where we had the chance to finish the plays. You're tackling in this game, and so it is a little different. He overran a couple shots, just selling out on the hits, trying to make big hits when maybe there wasn't the right opportunity. Just trying to go for it, which we appreciate. But you got to clean up because we need to be more precise. So a little different in that regard.
How seriously would you look at other options there, like Lano Hill, I guess?
No, we're playing ball. We're not talking about that. Seriously.
Were you surprised that Chris ended up having the most targets for you during the day? I know you guys have talked about wanting to get the running backs more involved. But
well, it worked out. It's something it was part of the offseason to involve him, and jumped out with 6 catches. That's a lot of catches for him, and it's clear why we're trying. He made some nice plays, running with the football. The touchdown play was a phenomenal run after catch. We're not talking about him, lining up as a wide receiver to run post routes and digs and stuff like that. We want to use him in classic fashion, for the running back position, and let him catch the ball with space and run, and for obvious reasons.
You were in base defense a lot with all 3 linebackers. Is that more reflective of just how much you like having those 3 guys out there, or matchup stuff?
It's some of both. We like these guys on the field. Michael Kendricks is such a good guy in space. Coming off the edge, he's effective. Good tackler in open field and all that. Good coverage guy to add in with Bobby and KJ. So we feel comfortable with those guys playing, and we can do a lot of stuff with them.
Any updates on the injured guys, Nico, Puna, and Will Disley?
Yeah, give him one at a time. Nico's got a hamstring that's got some concern to it, and there's something there. Puna's got a little calf thing with some concern. We'll have to see how that one goes. Disley got banged on the knee. We'll see how he's doing. Getting around pretty good today. Britt got kind of knocked, too. I don't know if he's on your list, but he got hit. We got to see how he does. Who else are you wondering about?
I think you did.
You mentioned Ugo Amadi got banged up.
Yeah. He got smacked pretty good. He hurt his shoulder, and so we got to see how that goes.
Did Britt hit Will's knee, or was that different?
Yeah. Britt got knocked back, and Will ran into him. Yeah, that's how it happened. It was a very unusual situation.
Russell's stat line: 14 of 20, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns. Didn't throw a lot, but when he did, very efficient. Is that kind of an ideal line for Seahawks football? Run the ball.
Yeah, we'll take whatever we get. We like the efficiency for sure. Those kinds of numbers. Russ always takes care of the football beautifully, and that's where it starts. The high completion is always good. Me talking about 70%. He can do that. He's capable of that. We like to. We missed a couple opportunities down the field. For more yards and all. We like more explosive plays.
I guess I mean in terms of volume as well.
No, I have no marker on that. I don't care how many throws. But when we do, we want big efficiency numbers.
When you look at the way the line played up front offensively for you, how did you feel it went? Obviously, a couple good players on the
Not as good as expected. We thought we would come out more efficient than that in the run game and protection-wise. And really playing off the run game, would have helped us quite a bit in the pass actions and stuff like that. But they did a nice job. They were totally planned on us and did a really good job with their coaching. And I thought they had a good thought in how they tried to work with us. But really, it wasn't as good as we had hoped, and we'll do quite a bit better.
You used the word arrogant this morning. In what way?
Yeah, I just thought we just stuck to it. I think we could have moved our stuff around a little bit more than we didn't get to all of the stuff we wanted to do in the plan. We wanted to try to knock them off the football and see if we could get that done. So we stayed with it. But with the limited amount of plays, I felt like we could have done better.
With Amadi's injury, is it true that Jamar Taylor's coming back?
Oh, I don't know that yet.
What's your concern at that position with Amadi and what else you have going on?
That he might be hurt.
How did you said coming in you wanted more probably 3 linebackers, and that would suggest less nickel, and the numbers said you did less nickel. How did that work out for you?
Well, it worked out in that they didn't run the football at all, in that with their extra receivers in the game. We really played the run really well, which is we were hoping to do. They were satisfied, though, with throwing it, and they did a nice job of that. We needed to play a little bit better on the back end, excuse me, on a couple explosives, and we would have had a pretty solid game. They did a nice job, though. They had a couple really nice design things, and they came through and executed them well.
Tyler didn't have a target until the fourth quarter. Is that just kind of the way the game
We were
went?
looking at it. We looked at him a number of times. The idea was to go there, and we just couldn't get there. We didn't forget he was out there.
No, I know, but the idea that maybe he talked after the game about maybe he got double covered more than he had previously in his career, and he said maybe that's what's
They got him a couple times. I'm not giving you very much today, am I?
What do you think about the?
Might be the questions, guys. Yeah.
Off topic, but did you catch it? What did you think about the 3-hour delay at the Huskies game? Did you hear about any of that? Did you ever experience it?
I think we had a delay here. Did we have one with the Niners or something like that?
2013.
Yeah, with the Niners. Yeah, we had one. Yeah, that is extraordinarily challenging, but it is equal. Did the fans come back, or what happened?
I think about a quarter of them.
Yeah, can't blame them for going home, but I think it is something to plan for and to have a plan for. Because when it can pop up, it always surprises you and all that. It's a challenge. It's a real challenge to be sitting in there waiting and not knowing, because you don't even know when you're going back or if you are at all. And so mentally, it's really challenging. And I don't know enough about that game. I didn't get to see the byline even on what happened on it. I don't even know, but I know that Cal got ahead and stayed there. It is a challenge. It's very unusual, and there is a plan though that we have in mind when that comes up if it does.
Shaquille made a bunch of plays on the ball. Just what did you think of his game?
I thought he played really well. Yeah, I thought he played a really good football game, tackling well as also. I thought he was on it. He was aggressive and confident. It's as good as we've seen him. I think it's a great start for him.
How about Trey Flowers?
His game didn't come out the same. You know, he had situations where, I've said earlier, I think, that the coverage-wise, he had some different opportunities than Shaq had, and he got 2 penalties on him that were both. He was all over the guy with great coverage and all that, and the call goes the other way. You know, and so I don't think it was. He wasn't able to be as productive, you know, as Shaq was, and I hope that we'll see that happen on both sides.
4 sacks on Russ. What issues did you see on those plays?
We got knocked off on our play passes a little bit. We got knocked in the backfield a little bit more than we're counting on, and the penetration messed up the timing of the protection, and it was a couple different guys that it wasn't any one guy the same. It was different guys that had issues with some pretty intricate finesse things that we do, and we didn't execute as well because we got knocked back, and it was good penetration by them, good attack by them, and they were able to get an edge on us.
Jefferson had a pretty good game, obviously.
Yeah, he had a great game. He really did, and he was close to having even more production. He missed an opportunity on a sack and another couple plays. He was all over it. We're thrilled by the way he played. He's off to that kind of start because he's worked so hard. He's really been at it and done a great job throughout the time he's been with us. And it's kind of like every now and then the guy gets to really reap the rewards of the hard work, and he really showed up in a big way, and we needed every bit of it.
How did the Clowney effect show up, maybe beyond numbers?
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 other plays in there where he drew a penalty one time on penetration. He was in the face of the quarterback 2 different times, I think, on third down situations where the ball got thrown away. He was a factor. Yeah, he was a good factor for his first time out, and he knows he's just rusty as can be, and barely clinging to the assignments that he was able to pick up, and all that. But he did it, got through it, and was pretty clean. He'll be better if he can get over the soreness. He's pretty sore today.
What was it with Ziggy that ultimately made you guys pull back from yesterday? And
Wasn't quite ready. So just wasn't quite ready to go, and that was a classic. I've said to you guys before, we're going to wait until the next day, the day after, and it took us every day all the way through after the Wednesday and Thursday practice and all the way to Friday, and to get a good assessment. And he was capable of practicing, and he was, and he got through it, but he was having to hold back, and so it was just the right thing to do.
Going back to Shaquille Griffin, and each player is different. Is there a certain amount of years a cornerback, 2 years, 3 years, where that guy really gets self-express power and able to really play that?
No, it can happen that way. Yeah, it happens differently for different guys, right, over the years. But it's kind of like the quarterback. It's like any position. You play it after a while, things become the same, and you see things very clearly, and the consistency of the game starts to show itself in your favor, and so you gain confidence, and you gain timing, and you gain aggressive play and decision making and all that. Yeah, it does come. Yeah.
Pete, Jerome Brown played a lot but didn't get a target, to my knowledge. Was that just kind of how the game played out?
Yeah. We love what he does and what he contributes and all that. But that it really was just how the game goes sometimes, and we're counting on him making plays and doing stuff. He's been terrific for us.
when you look kind of at the offense as a whole, I think there was like 6 possessions where you ended up losing yardage and so forth. What ultimately just wasn't syncing up?
Well, it's not that easy. But we wound up in 5 or 6 3rd and 16s or more. That's crazy bad football. You can't function like that well. When we were in 3rd and 10 or less or whatever, we were 4 for 7 on a 3rd down conversion. That's where we're supposed to be playing our football. But stuff added to those couple penalties and a couple sacks, and you're behind the stick so far that it's hard to overcome it. And that's really what happened. There's not. If it was that easy, I would just fix that. Put a little click the button, and away we go. But So we have to be more consistent. We got to stay ahead of the sticks. We got to be more effective running the football on early downs. You know, when we didn't make much in the running game early, losing the drive in the first quarter screwed us up a little bit. You know, because we got antsy a little bit. We had one drive and a couple plays, and we were into the second quarter already. You know, we hadn't accomplished much, so we didn't start quickly enough. But the cool thing is we figured it out, and we got down the field and made our plays, and got enough to win, and defense held them off, and we got out. You know, so first game behind us.
What is the plan with LJ, or the plan and hope with LJ and Mike?
Mike and LJ will both practice in the normal fashion coming back this week, and we'll see what happens. LJ had not taken any team reps yet in the practices last week. Mike had a little bit, and so Mike's a little bit ahead of him. So they're not comparable at all. They're in their own unique situations, but both guys have a chance, to play this time around. So we'll see how that goes.
And your decision to challenge on the Trey pass interference, I guess looking at that on film, is that when you would do again, or?
Well, I'm anxious to hear what they say when they look at it. You know, we'll send that one in to them just because I like to hear the evaluation. If they had a chance again, would they call it again? Not whether they would. They won't. What I know is they're not going to reverse that one necessarily. You know, you got to be pretty lucky if they're going to reverse that call because it was so close. But I want to know how they evaluated the play, and that's it.
Do you feel like you've seen enough of those, whether it's on your team or elsewhere, to have a good sense of what
I don't know if I've seen enough to withhold my sense that I want to challenge them. But I do. We do have a good feel for how they're going to call them. We don't have enough information yet to know each kind of situation. You know, we haven't seen one like that necessarily. We just need to see more to ensure really how they're going to call it from New York. But we have a real obvious sense. I think I might have told you guys that I think 17% of the calls that were challenged have been changed. You know, so that if you just roll with the percentage, you pretty much shouldn't do it. You know, it's got to be really obvious. You know, so which is kind of what they're saying, egregious and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure what egregious means, but
What are your thoughts on
not the play that we saw was not egregious, maybe.
Your thoughts on Antonio Brown ended up in New England?
I think it's a great move for them. You know, he's really hungry to play football, and he works really hard, so he'll be ready to go. And all they need is a few more weapons in their offense, you know, so they can kind of get going a little bit and get started.
You mentioned you guys were trying to get involved in that this morning.
We're involved with everything. We've been telling you that for a long time, and we seriously mean we're trying to know what's going on with every opportunity to get better. And if we miss one of those, we messed up. So we did know what was going on in that one.
What did you find out?
He's going to New England.
Any suggestions for USC athletic director?
No suggestions for that. I just heard that news. I don't know anything about what's going on.
But I have to ask, as fans will ask, why would you even entertain signing Antonio Brown?
Who said we did?
You kicked the tire, or you?
Well, we were in on the situation. We knew exactly what was going on. That's what we needed to know. And why wouldn't you? You know, he's a great player. See what's going on. You know, not everything is always as it seems, and you got to check into stuff and figure out what's going on. And I have confidence in John and our guys and ourselves as coaches that we can figure those things out and see what's best. I don't mind getting real close to the edge of it and figuring it out. And he was headed to New England. He was going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.